Okay, so it's been a couple of days since our last good Google Doc. Now, obviously, this is one to do with a VTuber called Erebus Grey. Now, this has been blowing up quite a bit over on Twitter, and as you can see here, their account no longer exists over on Twitter after they were called out by another person. Now, obviously, they have been streaming and stuff and doing a lot of content over on the site Iriam, and obviously, yeah, as you can see here, this is what her model looks like. This is what I can find of what her model looks like. And yeah, I mean, apparently she's been called out by this person called Mera. They say, truthfully, this has been a long time coming. Erebus Grey has been lying and bullying several people for the longest time, and it's finally someone spoke up about it. Below, I have compiled evidence against them and their claims. This was not done out of malice, but justice. Now, obviously, yeah, this is a pretty big statement. Now, obviously, as you can see here, this has over 100,000 views, but only 200 likes, which kind of confuses me because I feel like a lot of the evidence here presented is pretty good evidence, but I guess a lot of people are kind of fed up of a lot of like unnecessary drama and things, so I guess that's probably why. But let's just go through this document and show you exactly what they mean about the lying and bullying that they say that Erebus Grey has been apparently doing. Now, obviously, they say, Erebus Grey, the popular VTuber from the corporation Bond Live, has been under fire for being a liar and antagonistic. Mera, former Bond Live member and gemmate of Erebus, I'm here to corroborate these claims. So obviously, this is someone who has interacted with her a lot and has been, in Bond Live as well, the, group Bond Live. Obviously, they're saying, between lying about their connections, stalking other streamers, and publicly shaming those who criticize them, whatever good persona they put on has been nothing but a facade. In this document, I'll cover the lies and blatant disregard for their fellow Iriam streamers. This is not a call to action. The last thing I want is another instance where talents get harassed. The purpose of this document is to make others aware of their actions and behaviors. Do not attack them. Do not attack any Bond Live talents, and I do not endorse bullying. Obviously, they start off with Reichi. They say Erebus has lied about having connections to many popular content creators, though has publicly apologized for lies in point 2, Leah Phase Connect. Below, they openly claim to have known the YouTuber/VTuber Reichi since middle school. They say Reichi, the YouTuber and VTuber, I have known her since we were in middle school together, or maybe it's high school. Said, whoa, that's really sweet. Said her Joby Phonic and some corpos at this point. I'm glad I stepped away from management. So several people called them out on this, and word eventually got back to Reichi. Word eventually got back to Reichi after being confronted, and they apologized to Reichi and confessed to it in the following screenshot from Bond Live staff and talent server. They say, you feel entitled to proof I'm not going to give you. Again, I'm addressing everything, including apologizing. As for Reichi, I apologized to her in a DM since she reached out via a DM. So again, it just seems like they've been lying about knowing this VTuber called Reichi, and I think that is incredibly weird. I mean, to be honest, they haven't done anything like awful here. Like, again, I don't see anything too terrible, but I do think it's incredibly weird. It's incredibly weird to pretend that you know and you're friends with someone, or even you've known them since you were in middle school and high school. That is incredibly weird, and I'd be not very happy about someone spreading that. But again, I do think it is pretty crazy. Obviously, they say Rinko, Shelia / Leah. Phase Connect, they say clout chasers, be it tag-along drama, starting their own, or beating a dead horse, makes you a pick-me who has no base. Don't chase clout. My Liliana RH and I are competing in the Live 2D model event no matter what. We're hoping for matching models. If you support VTubers, support us. But early in my time with Bond Live, Erebus was quick to claim that they were related to Phase Connect's Rinko Shelia. They tried to be secretive about it, but repeatedly told people about it. When this information had been threatened to be leaked, they made an apology and openly admitted to lying about their association to Shelia. Their intention was to purely gain popularity with complete disregard to the people involved and the people they lied to. Here was the apology, and obviously, they said this is a serious statement, don't take this as a joking matter. And obviously, they said, when I first started, I lied about my association with Phase Connect and Shelia Rinko. The only thing I lied about is the company I'm in not now, or have never been associated with any member of Phase Connect. So obviously they're there apologizing for that. And again, it's just another weird thing, just claiming that you know a big VTuber when you don't actually do, whenever you don't actually know them, I just think that's incredibly weird. strange, and I just don't know why you do that. I don't like, obviously, I guess maybe for popularity, but I mean, people are gonna find out, you know. And at that point, whenever you get popular and you're lying about it, say you do get popular from obviously spreading all of that stuff, then what are you gonna do? You know, you're a popular VTuber who says you know that you know this person when you don't actually, and then you're gonna get called out for it one way or another. It's gonna make it to that VTuber at some point. They say Erebus's apology to management and their bomb mates. They said, dear everyone, we as a company would like to address the events that have been happening regarding one of our talents, Erebus Grey. As you may have been aware, Erebus was involved in an incident. We've been communicating with Erebus and we've worked together for a resolution. Rather than hearing it from management, Erebus has prepared a statement for you. And they said, yeah, I'm so sorry for everything. This is the misinformation has been spread by me, has resulted in hurting everyone in the process. Obviously, as you can see here, this is them apologizing for pretending to be, you know, friends or relations. They say relations. I don't know if they mean like they said they were like family or something, because again, obviously that's what it seems like to me. But maybe they just mean friends. Again, it's worded kind of weirdly. But again, they obviously claim that they have some kind of at least connection to them, right? When they don't at all. They say soon after posting this, they went on a streaming hiatus. This did not limit their Twitter/X posting. They were on several tangents about how people can make mistakes and can grow from said mistakes. On top of that, they posted guilt-trippy posts to gain sympathy from those that had no involvement with the situation. They say, I wonder if anyone thinks about what drama and negativity can do to someone's mental state. Obviously, they say, yeah. However, they soon went back on these statements a week later and stated that they were moving into their selfish era because their interactions with the streamers on Arium platform were were resulting in pain, betrayal, backstabbing, and shit-talking because people had expressed their disappointment for their actions. Erebus' retraction posted the same day as the Bond Lion apology. So obviously, yeah. So they posted this, obviously saying like there's a lot of drama and stuff, and then this was also posted the same day as the Bond Live apology. And they said, yeah, as much as I want to continue other talents on Irium, I think I need to move on from my selfish era. So obviously, yeah, they said on Irium, we have a lot of ex-Annie-Live talents who are super nice, but especially with those who are starting on Irium, and sadly in my own corpo, the one I'm in, I need to step away from other talents and hyping them up. Time for me to embrace being a bitch. They say it is clear that Erebus shows no remorse for their actions and only posted the apology to save face before it came back to bite them. This is the only time. This is the only one they have apologized for, simply because the others have not come to light up until now. On top of lying about Reichi and Jubi, they have actually lied about helping Ironmouse with a legal battle with VShojo. Brother, like, out of all the things you could lie about, sure, lie about, you know, lock him up for lying about, you know, pretending to be a friend with a popular VTuber, right? There's so many, like, kids out there, you know, who pretend, oh, I'm friends with this famous person, you know, believe me, guys, we're best friends. And obviously, it's just like, okay, bro, whatever. But pretending that you're helping Ironmouse out with her legal battle is pretty crazy. Obviously, they say business here. They said Ironmouse has just left VShojo. There's only a small handful left with VShojo. As someone who knows what is happening with them, I will say this: please continue to support. Please continue to support the talents. Do not support the corpo. The talents will retain their IP. If they choose to rebrand, that is up to them. They have corpos that are willing to buy them and work with them. If the talents choose to go indie, please continue to support. I'm helping with some of the legal proceedings and can't divulge. Brother, they wanted to be involved so bad, bro. They wanted to be involved so bad. They're like, yeah, guys, I'm helping with the legal proceedings. Like, I can't divulge too much. It's a top secret mission from Ironmouse. Like, bro, come on, let's be real. You were not helping at all. You were just like the rest of us, watching what the hell was going on. And yeah, obviously saying that is just so weird, bro. So Reichi, the YouTube, oh, obviously, no, this is just the same screenshot that we had. They said bullying and talking. They say, why is the VTuber community full of bullies? Not calling anyone out, but if you feel called out, rethink your mindset. They said this won't be longer. I apologize in advance. They say Erebus has preached their hatred for bullying in the VTuber space. It actively contributes to it. From tweeting shady posts from other accounts to insinuating that ex-gen mates were the source of drama, Erebus is nothing but a hypocrite. They have been chastised so many times by management source anonymous Bond Live member say yet they have not ceased their petty behavior. That I wish I wish I could say I miss all my ex-Bond mates, but I will say I'm sort of glad how things are now. Not as much drama and definitely more relaxed. Because they can't handle their own criticism, their own Bond mates have given them, they have openly blacklisted all but 2 of them. They said, I'm essentially blacklisting all Bond Live members, save for Garnessa and Iliana, because I'm in the position of rethinking my position in the company. They also stated that they have lost faith in all Bond Live EN talents, simply because they disagree with Erebus's behavior. Said it was bound to happen. Once I'll say who the streamers are, who are making my mental health plummet, just that I lost faith in Bond Live EN talents. That I think I'm done trying to support others. I'll only be supporting these people. As a streamer now on, I wish I could support so many more. So obviously they said they don't they don't wish ill will on their area streaming colleagues, but have gone as far as to completely blacklist all 3 of them, which I think is pretty crazy. It seems like they're trying to kind of not interact with some of the members in their own kind of group, which I think is kind of crazy, especially whenever you're literally in that group with them. I don't really understand that. They say they randomly started talking about their new generation to a fan. So obviously this is all to a fan. Okay, so basically I have issues with the Gen 4 girlies, especially this person bullying others, so I said something. Okay, they said in an anonymous message from a Bond Live member, it shows it's been shown that Erebus's actions have caused talents to quit Bond Live. It's come to multiple points where, it's come to the point where multiple talents have quit Bond because of you getting to continue on with this harmful behavior. As you have said before, our actions not only affect us, but affect everyone in the agency. So it seems like maybe some of our actions as well has caused some people to quit. And they say Erebus has outright denied providing any proof of evidence to clear their name simply because they don't have any. They said, I understand your trust is gone, but I'm not going to give proof. As I've told my multiple streamers, I do not give the proof. It is up to you to understand. I'm addressing everything tomorrow. So it seems like, obviously, a lot of the time when someone says they don't have proof, I'm not going to give it to you, they probably don't have the proof. And usually that means they're not in a good position at the moment. Obviously, they also say stalking other streamers and viewers. Erebus has insinuated that they have moderators monitoring other streamers' chats at one point. They claim that is no longer the case, but that phrasing implies that it was the case prior. And they said, you and both confirmed that your mods moderate other people's streams. They said, as I mentioned, my mods mod in only my chat now. So obviously, that kind of clears that up. And they say there are many other stories and testimonies that were not included in this document simply because it's not my place to share, or I didn't have enough information on the topic. The sources that provided me with the screenshots will remain anonymous, and if anyone would like to come forward with their own experience of Erebus, my DMs are open. At the end of the day, so many people have been insulted and disrespected because of Erebus' selfish actions and attempts to at gaining popularity. They're hypocritical and only care for their own personal growth. Their refusal to acknowledge their behavior and downright disregard for taking accountability proves that they are not remorseful and only use Bond Live as a means to further their own career and harmful rhetoric. So that is the full entire Google Doc behind that. Now, obviously, I can understand why some people didn't like it as much, because it's not one of these big expositions where essentially they're exposing them for doing something horrible, like a crime or some kind of thing. At the end of the day, they didn't really commit a crime unless you count the stalking, but again, even that isn't really a stalking. I would say they've just got people watching their chats, which can be considered stalking, but I don't think it's stalking on a criminal level, it's just someone just keeping an eye on you, which I think is still weird. But again, nothing they've done is illegal as far as I can tell. And now, obviously, that is essentially, I think, the sentiment that a lot of people have. A lot of the stuff that she's done is extremely weird. For example, lying about being friends with certain VTubers, lying about being a part of, the Ironmouse case and pretending that, they were going through legal proceedings. It's incredibly weird, yes, 100%. But I don't know if any of it is technically illegal or any of it is technically, anything too terrible. Obviously, yes, you can be more wary of her in the future, but at the end of the day, I do think that is just a weird thing. It's just a weird thing and not a kind of, criminal thing, which obviously a lot of people try to make it out to be whenever it comes to kind of dramatizing a lot of information. But I do think, it's some information. A lot of people have classed this as just kind of high school drama, which it kind of feels like, to be honest. I definitely do feel like it is like that. But the one reason why I did cover this, because usually if it was just this, I probably wouldn't have covered it, because it does just seem like it's just a little bit of a spat in like a group. But it seems like Bond Live did actually go ahead and remove Erebus Grey. They said, taking into consideration all the events that have occurred recently, we're announcing the termination of Erebus Grey's contract from Bond Live EN. We want to thank everyone who has supported her in her journey while with us. We wish her all the best in her future endeavors. So again, they have removed her from Bond Live EN, which is pretty crazy. You know, obviously this is the group that she was part of, and obviously a lot of people have been, you know, looking up and seeing all of the kind of evidence of her talking bad about the other Bond Live members. So I definitely think it was the best decision from Bond Live, as I think it would have contributed to a toxic environment. So again, that was definitely the good kind of decision from them there. But yeah, obviously Erebus Grey has now deleted their Twitter profile as well. Obviously this kind of profile is still up though, so again, it'll be interesting to see what kind of happens going forward. There's also some other posts as well, you know, people talking about the fact that she lied about the V Shoujo stuff. So again, obviously it's very interesting. But yeah, that's what I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also go to GameSubs, use my code Kazu, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.